Evening Gradeup community, welcome to Daily Vocab and Grammar Quiz Part 23. I'm Pranshu Gautam, your VARC mentor, and I am back with your daily dose of vocabulary. So let's see who all are here. Good evening, Shruti. Good evening, Kshitij. I'm extremely sorry for yesterday. There was some technical issue, actually not exactly a technical issue. There was some issue with my internet connection. So the session got ended abruptly, and I'm extremely sorry for that. Good evening, Dharati. Good evening, Sanju. Shrishti, I think that part will be covered in a separate video. The section you are talking about, I think there will be a separate section or a separate video for that. There should be. And if you do, if you are in a hurry, you can call our counselor. He will definitely guide you. Okay, so let's get started. So again, today I have brought some questions from FIBs, fill in the blanks, some idioms, and my favorite category, the analogies. All of these questions are very important from CAT's and OMET's point of view. Let's get started. Good evening, Tush. Uh, Despite being the dash partner in the relationship, the franchisor does not always have all the dash. A. Sincere limitations. B. Authoritative legalities. C. Dominant advantages. D. Active and losses. So this is not a sort of a love relationship. This is a business relationship because post comma we have this word, the franchisor. It's a very important observation to make. Okay. Now based on this observation, you have to mark your answer. Sincere limitations, authoritative legalities, dominant advantages, active and losses. FIB, fill in the blank, a very important category for ZAT and IIFTs. All right, let's check the answer. Yes, here you go. Okay, let's see who has marked what. Okay, so 46% of people think that C is the answer. Actually, C is the answer. Despite being the dash partner in the relationship, which is a business relationship, the franchisor does not always have all the dash. Despite being the sincere partner in the relationship, the franchisor does not always have all the limitations. This does not make any sense at all. This can be negated easily. This is a no-brainer. You have to eliminate it in that sense. B. Despite being the authoritative partner, okay, authoritative, all right, it somehow fits in here. Despite being the authoritative partner in the relationship, the franchisor does not always have all the legalities. Legalities means legitimacy. Legitimacy or validity. Good evening, Ashish. Right. So despite being the authoritative partner in the relationship, the franchisor does not always have all the validity, all the legitimacy. Okay, I don't know whether it makes sense or not, but if I don't get a better answer, I might think about it. See, despite being the dominant partner in the relationship, now this makes sense because whenever there is a relationship, either both parties are equal. Whenever there is a business relationship, either both parties are equal or one party is the dominant one, right? So in this case, dominant does fit in here. Despite being the dominant partner in the relationship, the franchisor does not always have all the advantages. Yes, it actually fits in. So this is sort of a paradox. This is sort of an irony that despite being the dominant partner in the relationship, the franchisor does not have all the power. So C actually fits in. It's a good answer choice. D. Despite being the active partner in the relationship, the franchisor does not always have all the losses. Either it should have been the franchisor does not always bear all the losses, because having all the losses does not make any sense. So I can negate A, I can negate B, I can negate D. C happens to be the correct answer. Next question. Here you go. Patriotism is the last refuge of scoundrel, says Johnson. In the modern world, this is not modern, this is modern. In the modern world, where the cunning, selfish people dash, and the hardworking, conscientious people dash, the quotation holds good. A. Dominate, suppress. B. Thrive and suffer. C. Enjoy and mutilate. And D. Empower, subjected. Conscientious people dash, the quotation holds good. All right. Mark your answers now. It's buffering today also. It'll be all right. Don't worry. It is again a no-brainer. It is a very easy question if you ask me. But in a real-time exam situation, people end up marking the easy questions also wrong. So in a way, it is not that. In a way, it is not easy also in that sense. All right. Yeah, most of you got it correct. So, patriotism is the last refuge of scoundrel, says Johnson. In the modern world, where the cunning, selfish people dash and the hardworking, conscientious people dash, the quotation holds good. So, uh, the cunning, selfish people thrive. I mean, they make progress, and the hardworking people they suffer. The quotation holds good. So yeah, B is the correct answer. In the modern world where the cunning, selfish people dominate and the hardworking, conscientious people suppress. If someone is conscientious, he won't suppress. If someone is conscientious or has moral values, I mean, not morals, has moral values, he won't suppress anyone. So A can be negated. C, where the cunning, selfish people enjoy, okay, and the hardworking, conscientious people mutilate. To mutilate means to cut into pieces. So again, does not make any sense. Where the cunning, selfish people empower, subjected, again. I mean, they are wrong even. I mean, they are not even correct grammatically. Let alone going to their senses, to the sense they make. They are not even correct grammatically. So B is the correct answer. Next question. The trends suggest that most of the new members got themselves deregistered within 7 to 10 days of their joining due to the exacting instructor. So you have to find the antonym. A. Insouciant. B. Discourteous. C. Grievous. And D. Fastidious. Insouciant, discourteous, grievous, fastidious. You should be knowing the meaning of exacting. Even if you don't know the meaning of exacting, the context should supply you the meaning. The context is quite crystal clear here. Okay, let me take the answers now. Here you go. Hmm. This is a good question. Let me see who all got it correct. Okay, very less. Insouciant means carefree. Discourteous means impolite or harsh. Grievous means again a grievous fault means a very bad fault. Okay, something that is not good. Fastidious means meticulous, who is very particular about small details, who is very meticulous. Okay, exacting means very harsh, very particular about rules. And very careful. So the opposite of exacting or careful would be carefree. Insouciant means carefree. A is the answer. Discourteous means impolite. Grievous, as in grievous fault, means a very harmful fault. And fastidious means meticulous. So again, B, C, and D are in a way synonymous to exacting. A, insouciant or carefree is the correct answer. Okay, next question. Shruti, haven't you read that novel, Julius Caesar? So when Caesar was being stabbed, post that incident, Antony gives a speech in the town hall, and there's a line he speaks. He says, uh, Brutus says that Caesar was ambitious, right? And if it was so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously has Caesar answered it. So grievous means very big, very huge, harmful to a very huge extent. Okay. Again, an idiom: to have an X to grind. A, to have a private and to serve. B, to fail to arouse interest. C, to have result. And D, to work for both sides. All right. So it's 8:15 and we are almost on, I mean, fifth question. Let me speed up. I wish to finish this quiz within 30 minutes today. To have an X to grind. Hmm. This is not a very common phrase. I mean, at least I haven't read it at many places, to be honest. All right, let's see who all got it correct. 10 more seconds. Okay. Yes, the answer is A, to have a private and to serve. I can say that, let me give you an example. I can say that the police, they do not have an X to grind. They actually are looking forward to serve people. So what I mean to say is that the police, the cops here, they actually want to serve people. They don't have a selfish motive. To have an X to grind means to have a personal motivation, a personal objective to fulfill. So A, to have a private and to serve makes sense. B and C and D are not the correct answer. So A is it. Next question. So again, the analogies, I think this is a repeat question. Anyways, we would attempt it. Uh, so you have to, so whatever answer you mark in that particular answer, that the two words, that is A and B, they should be either synonyms or the antonyms or the synonym antonym pair of prudence. So A, imprudence is to position. B, insanity is to stance. C. Rashness is to attitude, and D. Frugality is to caution. Uh-oh. All right, we have done this question before, so you can straight away mark your answer. All right, I guess 100% result this time around at least. 81%. Shit. We have done this question before and I also ended up showing the answer. Anyway, the answer is D. Frugality is to caution. Prudence means a good judgment. Uh, good judgment. Um Sagacity or sagacious or caution. Okay. So the answer is D. Frugality is to caution. Caution means caution, the state of being cautious. And frugality also means cautiousness. If you are frugal with money, you cautiously spend money. If you're frugal with words, you cautiously speak. So these three words are the synonyms. A. Imprudence is to position. Imprudence means, you don't have a good judgment. Position is position. Does not make any sense. Insanity is you are crazy. Stance means body posture. Rashness means not having a good attitude. Attitude means behavioral trait. Attitude in itself is a neutral word. Okay. It can be a good attitude. It can be bad attitude. But attitude in itself is a neutral word. Okay. D is the correct answer. Yes, Varun, you are late by 5 questions. Okay, so Ashish, you owe me a party. I helped you today. You owe me a treat. Anyway, disavow. We have done this word before. A. Renounce is to pronounce. B. Vain is to disclaim. C. Agree is to disdain. And D. Repudiate is to accept. Renounce is to pronounce. Vain is to disclaim. Agree is to disdain. And repudiate is to accept. So this is 6th question and we are on the 20th minute. Let's see whether we can finish off the quiz within 30 minutes. Disavow. A. Renounce is to pronounce. B. Vain is to disclaim. C. Agree is to disdain. And D. Repudiate is to accept. Let me take the answers now. If you're enjoying this video, do hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and yes, share these videos with other people also. It might help them. All right, let's see who all got it correct. 42% is not a bad figure. Yes, D is the answer. Disavow means to refuse. Repudiate also means to refuse. And accept means to accept. So synonym and antonym relationship. D is the correct answer. A. Renounce. To renounce something means to give up. To renounce something means to give up. If I am renouncing my title, I give up my title. If I am renouncing my award, I am returning my award. And pronounce is pronunciation, so does not make any sense. Vain means characteristic. Vain means characteristic, a typical feature. And disclaim is like the disclaimer you get in the starting of movies that all the characters are fictitious and they bear no resemblance to the real life stories of people. So to disclaim something means to disown it or to refuse it, right? C, agree is to disdain. To agree means to agree, and disdain is a very negative word. Disdain means hatred. Hatred. D, repudiate. Repudiate means to refuse and accept means to accept. Okay. Next question. We have done all these words before. I don't think so it is going to pose any problem. Hi Jay. Sir, uh, what repugnant means? Okay. A repugnant personality uh, a repugnant personality is a repulsive personality. Repulsive. You don't like him. A repugnant personality is a repulsive personality, Varun. Okay, let's take the answers now. I'm sorry if I'm replying to your comments. If my replies are getting delayed because there's some internet lag, so I get your comments quite late. Anyway, all right, here we go. Okay, so people think it's B. I don't know why is it so. The answer is very obvious. It has to be D. Vital means important. Again, this is one of those questions in which you don't even need to use the method of elimination. The correct answer is the most obvious one. Vital means very important, very essential, right? Petty means small or not that important. And frivolous also means stupid or small or petty. So these two words are antonyms of this word. So D is the answer. A, evanesce. Evanesce means to disappear, to fade away. Fade away. You might find this word in the in the modern translation of Shakespearean plays, because in his plays there always used to be some witches and soothsayers, and those witches would disappear. So in all the modern translations of Shakespearean novels, you will find this word. B, critical is to atomic. Critical means important. Atomic, uh, actually critical is just does not mean important. Critical, to be critical means to be judgmental. Okay, so if I do a critical analysis of an article, I find both the positives and the negatives. In fact, critical is slightly negative word. Critical means to find out the faults, and atomic means concerned with atoms. Okay, that's the immediate meaning of atomic. So B is actually not a very good option. And also D is the best answer choice. So I can negate B. See, sterile is to vanity. Sterile means not fertile. Not if your imagination is sterile, you cannot think much. Okay. And vanity means excessive pride. To have an excessive pride about on your beauty, on your looks. To be proud about your beauty, about your looks. That's vanity. Okay. So it does not go with vital. So I can negate C also. D is the correct answer. Next question. Idealistic. A. Lofty is to pathetic. B. Hopeful is to intangible. C. Assured is to bright. And D. Pragmatic is to quixotic. That's not sterlite, that's sterile. That's not sterlite, that's sterile. Sterile. Actually, sterile means not that which cannot reproduce. Okay, and sterile imagination means that sort of imagination which is not very fertile. Lofty is to pathetic, hopeful is to intangible, assured is to bright, and pragmatic is to quixotic. Okay, let me take the answers now. Here you go. I'm tempted to say this, and I don't know how much will you agree with me. Most of the times I read this word idealistic, I always read it in some negative sense. Negative as in nothing is idealistic. Okay, so it actually means too good to be true. So if not a positive connotation, if not a negative connotation, but it does not carry that positive a connotation in most of the cases. That's my experience. Okay, yeah, the answer is D. Pragmatic is to exotic. Idealistic means very good. Ideal, um utopian. A utopian society is that society in which everything is perfect, the ideal society. uh, that cannot exist actually because there is nothing called idealism. D. Pragmatic. Pragmatic means practical, right? Practical would be the opposite of ideal because what is ideal and what is practical, these two sentences are very different. Quixotic means idealistic, too good to be true. So again, this is an antonym and synonym relationship. A. Lofty is to pathetic. Lofty means high. Also, if you have a lofty attitude, you tend to treat people as if they are inferior to you. If you have a lofty attitude, you tend to treat people as if you are superior to them and they are inferior to you. Pathetic. Pathetic means anticlimactic. Anticlimactic. What is anticlimactic? So anticlimactic ending to a film would be a very disappointing ending after an exciting series of events. Okay. A pathetic ending would be a sad or disappointing ending after a very exciting series of events. For example, suppose India needs to win 100 runs. India needs to score 100 more runs in 40 balls. Okay, and uh, they have lost 9 wickets, and the last man standing is Jasprit Bumrah, right? He's not a batsman, and suppose he starts hitting sixes and fours and sixes and fours, and all of a sudden the match turns on its head, right? And then he gets bowled. So again, a disappointing end to an exciting series of events. So that could be a pathetic ending. Pathetic ending. Hopeful means hopeful. Intangible means that can which cannot be touched. So even an extended meaning of intangible won't go with hopeful, and they won't go with idealistic. So I can negate it. Assured means to assure someone, bright means bright. So yeah. Next question. Crank something up. A. Enable. B. Extend. C. Augment. D. Forbid. Enable, extend, augment, forbid. Crank something up. Okay. Let us take the answers. You don't need any book for idioms and phrases. You just Google. You can just write. You can just write like the top idioms and phrases, the most commonly used idioms and phrases. There are many lists available online. So any list of 200, 300 phrases would do. Don't go beyond that. Don't waste. I mean, I should not be saying wasting time, but 200, 300 list of idioms would do. That should be it. All right. Okay. Did I? Okay. So most of the people think that B is the answer. Crank something up means to increase its intensity, right? Enable does not really touch increasing the intensity thing. Extend, yes, in some sense it could be correct, but extend could mean a number of things. It does not always mean increasing the you can extend the duration, you can increase the duration of something. Increasing the intensity does not really go with extend. Also, augment is the correct word, which precisely means to increase the intensity of something. Augment and crank something up, they gel up well. Forbid does not at all make sense. So C is the correct answer. Last question. Melody. Again, the root mal, mal, and mal means bad. Melody. So you have to find the synonym. A. Ailment. B. Clingy. D. Retort. And C. Rescue. Ailment, clingy, rescue, retort. All right. Mark your answers now. Yes, the answer is A. Ailment. Melody means problem. Okay. Melody means problem. So ailment goes well with it. Clingy means sticky, does not make any sense. Retort means to answer back, and rescue means to save someone. So A is the correct answer. Now let's uh, see the leaderboard. Okay, so the table topper has got 8 correct, 8 out of 10 correct. Good. Then we have 60s. Most of the people are stuck. Everyone got at least 3 correct out of 10, which is a good, which is something. And most of the people are stuck in 40s and 50s, which is again a good performance. So with this, we have covered close to 230 words, and not just 230 words. When I'm explaining you, when I'm giving the explanations, we also cover 4 or 5 additional words per question. So I think it's safe to assume that we have learned the practical application of at least 250 words within a month's time, which is a big deal. And these words are the most commonly occurring, or I can say the most important words. So give yourself a pat on the back. Good job, guys. So with this, I'm going to call it a day.